The battle is over, the dead number in the thousand. Traitor and loyalists alike, torn apart, left in the mud. And standing in the center of it all, one warrior. His armor gives nothing away. He could be loyal, he could be traitor, he could be both. He turns and walks away, and no one knows whose side he was on. No one ever does. That is the Alpha Legion, the 20 Legion, the last Legion, the Hydra. And after 10,000 years of Shadow War, we are finally beginning to understand what they actually are. And the truth is far darker than anyone ever imagined. So make sure you stick to the end and subscribe. Let's begin. Every other Space Marine Legion is easy to read and understand. The Ultramarines, noble, disciplined, Gilliman's perfect sons. The World Eaters, rage made flesh, blood and brass and murder. Space Wolf, feral, loyal, howling in the void. Even the Chaos Legion wear their corruption openly. The Death Guard rot, the Emperor's children preen, the Thousand Sons scheme. But they'll tell you about the scheme. And then there is the Alpha Legion, who tell you nothing, who show you nothing, who are everything and nothing simultaneously. They were the last legion to be found, the last Primarch to be found. And from the moment Alpharius rejoined the Great Crusade, something was wrong. Not wrong in the way of madness, not wrong in the way of mutation, but wrong in a way like someone is watching you behind a locked door. And today we are kicking that door down. We are going through the full history of the Alpha Legion, from the Great Crusade through the Horus Heresy, through the 10,000 years of shadow and conspiracy, all the way to the newest law that has just turned everything we thought we knew completely upside down. Because the question everyone has been asking since the very beginning, are the Alpha Legion loyal or traitor? We might finally have an answer, and you are not going to like it. Alpharius was found last. Every other Primarch had already been recovered, already bonded with their legion, already begun their conquest of the galaxy. When the Emperor finally found the planet of his final son, the records are sparse, because the Alpha Legion erases what he doesn't want to know, and what we know is this: Alpharius was not alone. He had a twin, a secret, a second Primarch, Omegon. While Alpharius was the face of the 20 Legion, Omegon was his shadow. 2 heads, 1 Hydra. But he was make the Alpha Legion unlike any other Space Marine force in the Imperium. Every single legionary is Alpharius. That's not a metaphor. They all take his name. They all wear his face when required. They all trained to replace him, to be him, so completely that even in battlefield commanders cannot tell which one is the real Primarch. The idea is simple, and it is genius. If everyone is Alpharius, you can never kill Alpharius. If every soldier can complete the mission never fails. If every warrior knows the plan survives any individual death. They call this Hydra Dominatus. The Hydra dominates. Cut off one head, true grows back. This made them the finest unconventional warfare specialists the Imperium had never produced. Before the Heresy, their kill rate in compliance campaigns was without sequel. They finished wars before the enemy knew they started. The war on Earth proved it. Robert Guilliman, the greatest military mind of the age, Primarch of the Ultramarines, watched the Alpha Legion reduce Nerd to compliance faster than his own forces could ever manage with twice the men. He watched them outmaneuver forces that should have held indefinitely. He watched them make glorious open warfare look like a blunt instrument of lesser minds, and he despised them for it, because something was wrong. He couldn't prove it, he couldn't name it, because the Alpha Legion left no evidence. They never do. Before the heresy broke, before Horus fell, before a single shot was fired in the rebellion, the Alpha Legion met with an alien organization known as the Cabal. The Cabal were ancient, older than Imperium, older than the Primarchs, an assembly of xeno-races and human psychics who could see across the currents of fate, and what they saw horrified them. Chaos was going to win, not in one battle, not in one war, over millennia. The Reunious power would slowly consume humanity, bleeding dry through the endless war, until the species fed the warp gods so completely that nothing of the galaxy would remain. Humanity would be devoured, slowly, inevitably, unless someone did the unthinkable. The Cabal came to Alpharius and Omegon with a choice. One option: the Imperium defeats Horus, the Emperor dies, but survives as a corpse god. The Imperium grinds on another 10, 20, 50,000 years of war. Chaos never wins cleanly, but it never loses entirely. And in the end, entropy wins. The warp claims everything. Option 2: Horus wins, the Emperor falls completely, the Imperium collapses, and in the devastation, chaos burns so bright and so fast that it burns itself out. The galaxy is ruined, but some species survives, and without the endless fury of a human war, the chaos gods wither. One path means slow death for everyone, and one path means fast death but a chance for something to survive on the other side. And the Cabal told Alpharius, support Horus, let the Emperor fall, save the galaxy by destroying the Imperium. That is the Alpha Legion was asked to do, and that is the weight they were given. And what did they do with their weight is a bit complicated. Fast forward to Isstavn 5, the drop site massacre. The moment Horus revealed his end, 4 traitor legion had already been on the surface, the sons of Horus, the World Eaters, the Emperor's children, and the Death Guard. Pinning 3 loyal legion against the Black Sand, the Salamanders, the Raven Guard, the Iron Hands, believing, right up until the last moment, that reinforcements were coming, and the reinforcements did come. 4 more legions arriving in the second wave, the Word Bearers, the Iron Warriors, the Night Lords, and the Alpha Legion. 8 traitor legion, 2 waves, 1 massacre. The loyal forces were annihilated, cut down by warriors that thought they were brothers, on a world they were never meant to live. So that's it, right? Open and shut, the Alpha Legion choose Horus. Except, because this is the Alpha Legion, nothing's ever what appears to be. Before Isstavn 5, the Alpha Legion had done something no one knew about it. They had placed infiltrators inside the Raven Guard, deep cover, hidden between loyalists, and when the massacre began, when the killer was at his worst, those infiltrators moved, not to kill, to ensure that just enough of the Raven Guard reached the evacuation ships. Corvus Corax, Primarch of the Raven Guard, survived Isstavn 5. By all rights, he shouldn't have. The ambush was designed to be total. He survived because the Alpha Legion made sure of it. The same Legion killing loyalists on the surface had secretly guaranteed the Primarch's escape. Both things simultaneously by the same warriors. That is what the Alpha Legion does. They do not pick sides, they serve the plan. And the plan, the real plan, was never Horus. But let me stop here for a second because I want you to feel the weight of this. You have a Space Marine Legion that is actually fighting for Horus, killing loyalists, being labeled traitors for 10,000 years, and simultaneously, covertly ensuring that the Emperor's plan has a chance to survive. They are playing every side at once. The question isn't are they loyal or traitor, the question is loyal to what? Not to Horus, not to Imperium as it existed, loyal to something deeper, something that Emperor himself may have known about it, something we are only now 10,000 years later beginning to see the shape of. If you're not subscribed yet, hit the button now because it's about to get a lot stranger. After the heresy, the Alpha Legion shattered, not because they lost faith, not because of the infighting, because it was the plan. While every other traitor legion fled to the Isle of Terror, united under their Primarchs, consolidated, nursing their wounds in the realm of chaos, the Alpha Legion dispersed. Across the galaxy, into every corner of human space, into the underbellies of the high worlds, into the command structure of the planetary governors, into the ranks of the Inquisition itself, they became ghosts, warbands, cells, sleeper agents, networks so deep that not a single Alpha Legionnaire knew the full shape of the operation they were part of. They all knew their role, none of them knew the endgame, and this is where the Alpha Legion becomes genuinely terrifying, because you cannot destroy an Hydra by cutting off one head. Inquisitors have hunted Alpha Legion cells for millennia, destroying entire warbands, captured commanders, executed hundreds of warriors in teal and silver armor, and nothing changes. New cells emerge, new agent activates, new planets fall to the uprising that were seated at the gates earlier. The Alpha Legion fights wars across generations, and they are always ahead of whoever is hunting them. But here's the thing that no one talks about. The Alpha Legion doesn't actually do very much chaos stuff. They don't worship the Dark Gods, not genuinely. Some cells feign devotion to chaos to maintain cover, but the core of the Legion, the true sons of Alpharius, they have no interest in the corn's blood or Zinch schemes. They serve something else, and that something else just got a name. In the newest lore, the Ghost Legion novel, we finally see what 10,000 years of Shadow War may have been building towards. Ghost Legion. The book follows Solomon Akura, an Alpha Legion commander of terrifying capability, and what it reveals is this. Akura dreams of a realm of his own, not a warband, not a fleet, not another cell in a network that answers to nobody. A realm, something permanent, something built, a domain carved quietly from the shadows, sustained not through chaos, not through imperial sanction, but through 10,000 years of infiltration, patience, and ruthless strategic vision. Whether this is the beginning of something the full Alpha Legion is converging on, or simply one commander's ambition, the novel leaves deliberately open. Because of course it does. This is the Alpha Legion, but the implication, the shadow cast across every page of the Ghost Legion, is enormous. What if dispersal was never the destination? What if 10,000 years of breaking into warbands, seeding cells, infiltrations to situations was never about chaos or destruction? What if was preparation? Half seen, half confirmed is the possibility that Omegon is alive because Alpharius died, killed by Rogodon. Or, this is the Alpha Legion, it killed a decoy, and the real Alpharius walked away. The community has debated for 30 years, the Lord refused to settle it, but Omegon, the second head, the Shadow Primarch, the one the galaxy never knew existed, he was never confirmed to be dead, not once, not anymore. And if something is being built, if the endgame is finally approaching, then someone needs to lead it. So let's answer the question. Are the Alpha Legion loyal? Are they traitors? The answer, the real answer, is that the question is wrong. The Alpha Legion does not serve the Imperium as it is, a species consuming itself in the name of a corpse on a golden throne. But they do not serve chaos. The Dark Gods offer power at the cost of everything that makes strategy possible. The Alpha Legion did not survive 10,000 years by being predictable, which is all chaos ever really is. But the Alpha Legion serves its mission, a mission given to them before the heresy began, a mission whose full parameters we are only now beginning to understand. Save something worth saving, not the Imperium, not chaos, not the alien races of the Cabal, humanity, flawed, brutal, magnificent humanity and its best possible future. 10,000 years ago, Alpharius and Omegon were handed an impossible choice, and they chose something nobody expected. They chose both. Fight for Horus, save the loyalists, scatter in the shadows, build something new. Cut off one head and two more grow back. As somewhere out there, in the void between stars, in the shadow of something growing quietly in the dark, Omegon is watching, waiting. For the moment, the Hydra strikes. So let me know in the comment if you think the Alpha Legion are secret loyalists, or if you think they're just running the universe's longest game. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.